Hear from her for her life.
It is a heinous crime sparked, police say, by a husband enraged that his wife might be having an affair. What happened next, we have to warn you, is so violent it may not be appropriate for some viewers.
This woman has two black eyes, the result, cops say, of a beating by her enraged husband after he discovered she was having an affair with a coworker. What authorities say happened next is shocking.
This case is especially heinous and gruesome.
31-year-old Brittany Barron told police her husband Armando was looking through her phone when he found text messages from her coworker Jonathan Amaralt. They both worked at a medical supply company in New Hampshire. Brittany said what followed was a violent assault, with her husband beating her about the face repeatedly and strangling her so hard she says she passed out. Then her husband texted her lover pretending to be Brittany and lured him to meet at a park in the woods. When Amaralt showed up for the middle of the night rendezvous with his alleged lover, a grim fate awaited him. That's when Brittany told investigators her husband turned and shot Jonathan 3 times. Twice in the chest and once in the head. The couple then drove 200 miles with the body into the deep forests of New Hampshire, where the husband ordered Brittany to cut off Jonathan's head with a saw so that he could not be identified, according to court documents.
The defendant decapitated Jonathan, wrapped his head in a tarp, and placed it in a grave.
The gruesome crime was exposed when Fish and Game officers happened to come upon the scene. Armando Barron has pled not guilty to murder. His wife was charged with falsifying physical evidence. She pled not guilty when she appeared in court, and you could still see those two black eyes.
You can hear me, right?
Yes, I can.
Her lawyer, Richard Guerriero.
Everything that the state alleges that Miss Barron did, she did under duress, and I mean under duress, meaning direct fear from her.
Okay, Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutation, you Akim, that I push this word in truth and in sincerity. You have seen the video, the clip, and my man did the right thing. But he should have put this bitch to death too. But he just beat the shit out of her and put homeboy to death. Now, if homeboy didn't know that this chick here was married, then that's on her. She lied to him. But chances are he knew that she was married, and he still chose to deal with this woman, which is adultery, a sin punishable unto death, and that's what he received. But she should have got put to death too as well. You see, in Esau's kingdom, this wicked-ass kingdom, these women are allowed to commit adultery. The man files for divorce, or she files for divorce, because 80% of divorces is come from women. And then he gets the alimony, where she gets alimony from him, the kids, and the house. So it doesn't benefit a man to get married in this society. It doesn't benefit a man to get married in Esau's kingdom. This shit won't be tolerated in the kingdom. This is not going to be, first of all, it won't even happen, because the laws are going to be embedded into our minds. But in Esau's kingdom, this devil gives these women all kind of liberty. And what it says in the scripture, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 25, and it reads, "Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to guide abroad." And she only did that because she didn't respect her husband, first and foremost. Because had she to respect him, she wouldn't have went out on him and slept with another man. First and foremost. If a woman goes out and sleep with another man, she don't respect you. And if you take her back, she's going to do it again. Because first and foremost, she showed you she didn't respect you in the beginning. That's why she went out there and did what she did, number one. Number two, she's just outright wicked. And she's for the streets. You should leave her right where the hell she's at, in the streets. It says, give the woman, this book of Sirach chapter 25, verse 25, and it reads, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to guide abroad. If she go not as thou would have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bitter divorce and let her go. Let that bitch go back to the streets. Because she's for the streets. Look at her, looking pitiful, trying to receive some kind of pity. But you just as guilty as your goddamn husband, man. He should have put you to death too, but he just beat the shit out of her. Look at her. He just beat the shit out of her. She probably enjoyed it. Because she helped. She's accessory to murder. She decapitated this dude, man. She cut his head off. So she complied with her husband. This is Proverbs chapter 6, verse 32. And it reads, but whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. That dude that committed adultery with her, he didn't know. He lacked understanding. He didn't know. He didn't know that adultery is a sin punishable unto death. He was just in his lust and in his feelings. And I'm quite sure he knew she had a husband, but he went and did it anyway because he's wicked. And now he's in the spirit world. It says, back in Deuteronomy, Salakia, Proverbs chapter 6, verse 32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lack of understanding, he that doeth it, destroyeth his own soul. And that's what happened to him. He was so caught up in this lust, burning desire to sleep with another man's woman, sharing body fluids. He received a text in the wee hours of the morning to meet me in the forest. He should have known something was up, but I was the Most High putting the spirit on him to go do that. Because the Lord had it. The Lord had his number. He was about to get put to death. Because you're wicked. And that's a sin punishable unto death. It says, he that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. And he didn't spare. 2 to the chest and 1 to the head. That's a military tactic right there. 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. Making sure he's dead. He beat the shit out this bitch, strangled her, she passed out. Then he got on the phone and started texting and made this bitch come with him for the ride. And when she get there, when they get to the place where homeboy is waiting to see if he gonna get some midnight sex, he got a rude awakening. He got a rude awakening. He seen this bitch all beat the fuck up, and her husband that shot the homeboy 2 in the chest and 1 in the head, which was judgment. It says, for jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. You can't give a man that's enraged over his woman. What are you going to do? He's going to beat the shit out of you or perhaps kill you. And he was in the right spirit. Jesse, we ain't Esau's kingdom. So now he's going to spend the rest of his life in jail. And she should be charged with accessory to murder because she cut his head off. Ain't no distress. You knew what you was doing, lady. You was trying to make amends for the wickedness that you did. So she should be charged with accessory to murder. She shouldn't get off scot-free. She shouldn't get off scot-free. She should have been put to death as well. Shit is crazy, man. Shit burns you up. Shit get you pissed. Shit get you pissed, man. But you know, hey, it is what it is, man. This is Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, let's read it again. Leviticus 20, verse 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall be put to death. That's why I say he should have put her ass to death as well. When he shot homeboy in his chest twice, and one in the head, he should have turned and gone to her and shot her in her head. Now he just beat the shit out of her. And now they both in jail with no bail. She's playing victim. You're not the victim, lady. You the one that caused all this shit to happen. You're not the victim. Had you not stepped out on your husband, he wouldn't have whacked homeboy. He wouldn't have beat the shit out of you. And you wouldn't be in the county jail with no bail. So all points back to you. You should have been put to death as well, lady. Let's read that again in Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10. And the man that committed adultery and the man that committed adultery with another man's wife, and in this case, this dude knew that she was married. I'm quite sure she told him. He knew. He was just burned in his lust, wanting to share body fluids with another man. How you going to share body fluids with another man? This man's doing everything he could possibly that you could possibly think of with his wife in bed, and you're going to turn around and come behind him and lick up the scraps, share body fluids. That's why you dead. That's why you in the spirit world. Because you was wicked and you knew she had a fucking husband. It says, and the man that, this is Leviticus 20, verse 10. And the man that committed adultery with another man's wife, even he that committed adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall be put to death. Bottom line. That's why he's in the spirit world. But right now, he's in his right state of mind. If he's an Israelite, he's in his right state of mind. But she going to suffer because she's going to be in jail until the missiles come, and her husband's going to be in jail until the missiles come. So they both going to suffer. They both going to suffer. And for what? Her being promiscuous and wicked. Stepping out on her husband. Wow. These women are wicked as hell, man. It doesn't pay for a man to get married in this society. It does not pay for a man to wife up some woman that's for the streets. It doesn't pay, man. She's for the streets. Now you're both in jail. You wifed her up. 80% of divorce is pushed through the woman. And more than likely, the judge is going to go in her favor. She's going to get alimony. She's going to get the kids. You got to pay child support. She's going to get the house. She's going to move another man in your crib, wherever your house, another man driving your car, whatever the case may be. So what does it benefit a man to get married? It's best you got that desire, go to a brothel. Get your shit off. Live by yourself. Eat by yourself. Sleep by yourself. And when you get that desire again, you go to a brothel and get another woman. But getting married in 2024, you playing yourself by doing that. Getting a woman knocked up in 2024, you setting yourself up. Because it's going to be 20 years, 18 to 20 years of child support payments. Who want to deal with that? Even though we don't have that much time in the society, but who want to deal with that right there? It's too much to deal with, man. It's too much to deal with. This is Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 22. It says, if a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, then they shall both of them die. Both the man that lay with the woman, and the woman shall thou put away evil from Israel. That's a sin punishable unto death, man. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband, and a man find her in the city, and he lie with, and and lie with her, then it says, then ye shall bring them both out of the out unto the gates of the city, where the gates represent the rulers, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife. So shall thou put away evil from among you. That's an evil, wicked, treacherous act, to grieve a man do adultery. To grieve another man do adultery. That's why that man was so much enraged. He beat the shit out that woman. Look at her face. He should have killed her. He should have strangled her to death. But he strangled her the past where she passed out. Then he got on the phone and text. Homeboy think he gonna get some sex or something, whatever. I don't know what he was thinking. But he went out there in that forest and got his ass handed to him. Now he's in the spirit world where he belonged. Fuck him. I don't feel sorry for him. He should have riddled him with bullets. But he did the right thing. He shot him twice in the chest, one in the head. They had this crazy looking bitch right here with the two black eyes. Decapitate him. Cut his head off with a saw. And you gotta have some goddamn guts to do that shit. Cut somebody's head off. She wasn't in distress and fear. She's accessory to that murder, to that crime. And it happened all because she was being wicked. She was being wicked. It says, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. Yes, it's always red flags in a relationship. You could tell if a woman is loose like that. But you choose to stay with her, you choose to ignore them red flags, this is what happens. She steps out on you because she don't respect you. She steps out on you, do her thing, then come back like as if she didn't do anything wrong. It says, let me read it again. The book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. You don't want no woman like that, man. Where you can't trust her. And the worst thing you could do when a woman step out on you is take her back. That's the worst thing you could ever do. He should have just killed this bitch. Matter of fact, what he should have done, he did the right thing by killing homeboy and beating the shit out of her, but she should have died too. But now, guess what? This is not our rest. This is not our kingdom. Now, that'll be lawful in the kingdom, which won't take place. But in the ancient world, that was the punishment for adultery. Wow, this shit is, it burns you up to see that a man get grieved by adultery. He handled it the right way. Then he's in prison. Because this is not our kingdom. This is not our rest. This is Esau's kingdom. And women, they got benefits in the society where they could do what they want. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. What's a part of that wickedness of a woman? Stepping out on her man. Letting another man enter into her body. Another man hearing her moans and her groans that her husband hears. That's totally wicked, man. The book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. It says, and any affliction but the affliction of them, from them that hate me. and any revenge but the revenge of enemies. It says, there is no head above the head of a serpent, and there is no wrath above the wrath of an enemy. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, he shall sigh bitterly. All wickedness but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Bottom line, man, adultery is a sin worthy unto death. They both should have gotten put to death. Homeboy had mercy on her. He just beat the shit out of her and made her comply. But she's accessory to murder. She should be charged with so. We're living in a wicked society. But he got his, and she got hers, and he getting his. The Most High judged all three of them. One got put to death, and two about to get life in prison. Or until the missiles come. And that prison's going to be their tombs. Nowadays, it doesn't pay to get into no relationship with any of these women. Whether they're the nigger woman, a spick woman, an Edomite woman. It does not pay to get into any relationship with these women. Best you go to a brothel, get your shit off. And that'll be that. No headaches, no hassle. She service you, and you pay her for the service. And that's it. That's it. So bottom line, it's crazy. It says, man forced his wife to saw off her lover's head. He ain't force her. She did that because she wanted to do that. So with that, I'm going to close it up. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. They both going down. Homeboy's in the spirit world, is in his right mind, if he's an Israelite. And that's that. So with that, I'm going to give all praises once again to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.